Hello, 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 and welcome to the Citadel. Today, we are going back to the world of Pathfinder. I wasn't sure I was going to stream today, and then when I got up this morning, I sat there and said, what else am I going to do? So here we are. Hopefully Pathfinder will work. We've been struggling with it. I don't know. Well, I know what to do. It's replace my computer. I don't have the resources right now to do that, so we're just going to have to struggle through. Chin up and all that. I appreciate you putting up with the accidental volume issues last stream. I'm sorry I forgot to turn the volume on. I'm trying a new method of reminding me to do volume. I have no idea. You know, people sat in chat with me and said, "Hey, your volume's off." It helped a lot, but I do also understand that right now there's not a lot of those people. Um, Beyond that, is there anything I need, anything I was curious about, anything to say or do? It looks like next Wednesday, a week from yesterday, I will be taking the day to work on YouTube, try and get it completely set up, get it running proper, get things lined up, meshed together, working fine and dandy, happy hunky dory, the whole 9 yards. So I will not be streaming then. As far as between now and then, I'd like to be streaming pretty consistently, still. I might have to take a day off here or there, but I don't plan on it at this point. Also, it looks like I got a new follow, so thank you with 98 for joining. Welcome to the Citadel. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate the follow. I hope you have fun and enjoy your stay, as it were. Anything else beyond that? No, I think that's everybody. So, without further ado, we're gonna hit this button, and we're gonna hit that button. We're gonna remove that reminder, and I'm gonna say welcome to the Citadel, and welcome to Pathfinder. Hopefully we can have some fun today. Alright, so as the name suggests, we have a couple of jobs to finish up. Burning City. These are like checklists worth of jobs. I feel like I'm handling paperwork, which... Ask Erebeth to start the attack. We don't want that yet. Tell Erebeth about the victory. All the demons occupying the tower. Assault on Defender's heart. Luckily there. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, so it was just the dragon's fate. Telendo's scales shed some light on the fate of... But much remains unknown. To learn the full story, find something else that once belonged to Terendelev. Stolen moon. More than nothing. Errands. Store the broken gold buckle. Notes from the storyteller. Hidden in the Grey Garrison, so we gotta find those. It's reported a dangerous cultist is hiding in Canabras. He described her. Okay. People are there still alive in the city. Knights. Most unlikely places. Burning City. Ask her about, yeah. got for creatures? I'm a little curious. Wow, we've already. Is this the whole? This might be the whole org. Yeah, this is the whole bestiary. Tavern? Human construct. Fascinating. Alright, and what have we got here? Got some more books. Got some severed heads. Giant spider legs. Soft cheese. Good old soft cheese. Talk to Wojak. Woljif, excuse me. Woljif gives you a friendly wave. Hey, Chief. Want to talk? Friends accuse you of betraying them. That must be hard. Like it's my first time. Every gang I've been in, I'm always the prime suspect when anything suspicious happens. There, because I'm a tiefling. Here, because of my reputation. And what kind of friends are the thieflings to me, I ask you? I don't have friends. Yeah, sure, we're called the family, but it's just a word. They call each other brother and sister, but then one of them goes and rats the others out to Irabeth. Some family. You think I'm weeping into my pillow at night because we've been together for so many years? And they still don't trust me? I don't care. They'll come crawling back to me to apologize, but it'll be too late. I might forgive them, but only if they give me a bigger cut. Or maybe I won't. They should know I've got pride too. You think I'd be hanging out with those scumbags if life hadn't forced me into it? Maybe if I'd be born into a religious family, I'd be sipping rose tea with Shilon's paladins instead of talking about how pretty the birds are singing today. Eternal Rose. If I had a rich daddy, I'd have rich friends. Then they wouldn't even care if I was a tiefling. But life ain't fair. And instead of the nice life, I have thieflings who are ready to break my neck because of a hunch. They are all gung-ho. They can all go hang. They ain't the last gang in Mendev, and I'll find a better one if they don't apologize. I want to know more about you. Yeah, no, we're just gonna keep going. As much fun as it is learning about these people, I know we all don't want to sit here and watch me read for the next 4 hours. Hey, Bearman! Congratulations on getting home. Glad you made it home safe. You do want to see me read all. Well, too bad. I'm not going to do it right now. Ooh, shiny. How did you get... Oh, yeah. We've got a Thiefling robbery to check out. Tiefling hideout. And did I miss anything over here? Not yet, it appears. You know, I hate to be the guy who has to rebuild this town afterward. I mean, do you fill in these cracks? Or do you just make bridges over the top? Or do you just work around them and call them moats? Or, you know? Wow, it seems like you've had quite the adventure, Bearman. While traveling to the car, some bullets whipped by, and when we were driving out, someone stopped you. He shot at the car, and then he got shot. Okay, that's a lot of excitement, actually. Close. Enter. I like the peace and quiet of my virtual reality. You had to kill someone, it was horrible. That's too bad. You know, as much as we like say we could do this or can do that, no one really knows what they're capable of till they're forced to do it. Please get me out of here. And I don't really know what I would do in that situation. Polished oak shelves once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are the grubby handprints of the robbers.
I found
Might be trap,
something.
might be treasure.
Polished oak shells, blah 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 blah. Loot. A demon heart, demonic heart, whatever. This is a ring, a gold one. Some scrolls have been torn apart and some have been trodden on by muddy boots. Well, that's helpful. Some generic stuff. Yeah, I'll rescue him in just a little bit. The formerly well-appointed shop now looks in a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked, lying in the corner next to a scorched wall, clay golem's head. Golem's eyes glow with gloom. Master, code word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, hand of iron. Code word, correct. The golem's eyes glow brighter. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gaffrin and Son and Son. Address: third building on the right, Jewelers Alley, Nursemendev. Model G504 ENE, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Master Gaffrin. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals enter the shop. Human, female, odd. No male, odd. Human, female. Or old. He'll be relaying off customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the young male. Medium height, short horns, curling backward. Medium length tail, eye color yellow, hair color black. Special observations, annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me. but it's not possible. I know that what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observation. Subject was unremarkable. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Long horns, medium-length tail, eye color pale blue, skin color dark. Special observations: red hair. Oh, that's our trader. I bet your life on it. Casimir drilled it into our heads that we wasn't to go hanging about the shop. Red hair. We've got a couple of gingers, and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for the special observation. Golems aren't all that cracked. They're cracked up to be, eh? Maybe its masters know more. Describe the female. Above average height, long hair, long, pale, tail not observed. Long horns, eye color blue, special observation, scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. I don't know that one. A new arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Enough. Where is your master? My master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. Prohibited. He's likely holed up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. I found out everything I want to know. And now I'm getting trolled. Just great. Ooh, shiny? What is this? Pipe fox? Summons a small pipe fox. Insight and knowledge. Scroll of Blessed Weapon. Nice. The talking weapon. Phew, free at last. I thought I'd be flattened all like a pancake under the rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? My name's Finen. I'm a Pathfinder. And if there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? That's right, Fenen Dismer, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting, mostly. But this last while, I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What I mean was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Khalids of the Staryel clan fled when the world wound troubles began, but I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc. So I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear. But what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me phantom blades. What is that? It's a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They're usually after great battles that leave few survivors. The city's under attack by demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until they came along. You came along. How did you end up in this? Oh, if you are, if there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone, and besides, the more the merrier. How'd you end up in this shop? Gah, I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders. But it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party's missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. Fen the Talking Weapon. You have gained a unique companion, Fen the Talking Weapon. You can access him through a special button in your inventory. Click on it to initiate dialogue with him or change his form to make him take the shape of any weapon before handing him to handing him to one of the characters in your party. Blech. There are no limitations to changing Frem's form. Fernim will become more powerful as his personal story progresses. Interesting. I want him as a social companion. Yeah, that's cool. So, Frem. Oh, start dialogue? Hail to the adventurers! You know, I've never regretted following you. Everyone seems to revolve around you, like beavers in a mill wheel. I don't know what he's going on about. I'll have a lot to write in my report to the Pathfinder Society. Although thinking about it, it's been a while since I last sent them any reports. You talk too much. It's annoying. You're a weapon, nothing more. That's all for now. We'll talk about you. Do you realize that you're a weapon? What kind of question is that? I mean, sure, the clerics keep going on about every crusader being a weapon of Iomedae, and I don't speak of myself in fancy words like that. I am just a lad with 2 arms, 2 legs, and more freckles than I'd like. I chose where to go and whom to fight for. I don't want to be someone's weapon, you hear? Arden is dead. Now everyone decides their own fate. Okay. How did you become a Pathfinder? Do you remember anything before you ended up in Canabras? There is an uncertainty in Finn's voice. I mean, a lot of things happened. I remember how happy everyone was when the wardstone was placed in Canabras. That was some celebration. And I remember when the cultists took me, cut down my whole party, and dragged me to their ringleader. Don't know his name. Everyone just called him the Bladesmith. After that, my memory's all fuzzy. For some reason, he didn't sacrifice me or anything. Just knocked me down, knocked me around. Said he'd been looking for a phantom blade for a long time. I don't remember why. How I escaped, what I did, can't remember that either. Some crusaders picked me up in the wound, brought me to Canabris, and that's where I stayed, licking my wounds. Maybe there was a mix-up, and now they think I'm dead? Why else would none of them contact me this whole time? The Wardstone, you say? What you're describing happened decades ago. That's rich. Next, you're going to tell me that I've been sleeping for decades. Last year, that was. Well, maybe the year before last. I couldn't have been wandering the wound that long. I would have been either dead or an old geezer by now. Nah, quit messing with me. You have a fox's sense of humor, my friend. You hear a chuckle in Finn's voice. Thought you'd play a joke on me. I have never met any fox folk before, but now I know to be on my guard around your kin. You're not human anymore, buddy. Hey, are you feeling alright? Maybe you need to have a lie down. I'm standing right in front of you. Poke me if you like, as human as they come. Or do you think my travels have worn me down to so much I've become an animal? Not happening. My folks taught me to stay human. Always. No matter the circumstances. To remember who I am and never to shame my ancestors. Still able to commune with the spirits? Maybe I can, only they don't want to answer me. I'm still a spiritualist, a phantom blade. My power is within me, but I have this feeling like I'm separated from the spirit world by some kind of transparent wall. I keep knocking, but no one can hear me, I think. Guess all the bladesmith's torture did a number on me. He broke something inside. Damn it. Talk about something else. Chatting, I'm always here. So, do I... How do I make you do stuff? Oh! You can become a dart. Wow, you can become anything. Heavy crossbow. Can be equipped. Oh. 3 to 10. What do you do? 2 to 11 damage. Ghost touch weapon. That's cool. You're with me, little buddy. That's awesome. So now I carry Fen around. That's a cool little... Unique weapons and antique armor were previously displayed on these stands. It's unlikely their new owners even know their true value. Polished oak shells.
Should I?
Open your heart.
Together we stand.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Alright, shed a little light on the situation.
The mongrel did it. Let's see what we can
To
do.
the basement! sir.
I hope you appreciate this.
Okay.
Here we go.
The elderly gnome, so portly as to be nearly spherical, is curled up in the corner of the basement shaking. Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Yeah, makes sense. We're all of those things and much, much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Please calm down. No one is going to hurt or rob you. The gnome peers at you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves. And ragamuffins? Really, we're using ragamuffins. Okay. You come here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. They're here to steal my riches. Get back. The gnome notices Wojif and his round face turns scarlet. You, Wojif, the dirty little sneaky thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. Welcome back, Bearman. The gnome seems to settle slightly. My name's Fielman Fruliatus. Fruliatus? I was the owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? Do you think I robbed my own store? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those thieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Glorian. So of course I did everything they said, and I've been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door, no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought that it was all to the good. It was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited your shop recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, just say the word, I know how to loosen his tongue. I helped the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. It's in your best interests. Woo! Success. So they haven't got the thieflings. I thought the city's finest were on the job, and the gnome sighs. You can't rely on anyone. Ask your questions then, if it's so important. Tell me about Wojif. Wojif Jifto, right? Yes, I know him. I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not know him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect whoever betrayed us all? That's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it returned to you. You get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Red-haired tiefling? I suppose, yes. There was one who came in, spent a lot of time looking around. He was probably a person of modest means. I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Asmar-made chainmail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything out after he left, but nothing was missing, and that put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I don't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak, like he was freezing, but that's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief, back to the Sister Kazmirim. We go to have a good long shifty at all my brothers and put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't gonna wriggle out this time. Tell me about the Tiefling woman. A Tiefling woman? Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. If only all Tieflings were like that, I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. I found out everything I want to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now, be on your way, and leave me in peace with my wreck of a shop. Okay. So we got dark skin color, red hair, pale blue eyes. Do I have Kenshi? I don't think so. Sorry. I like talking weapons. Something fun about that thought process. Shop reminds you of something? It's a weird basement. Another one of your dreams. I keep dreaming I'm flying. It's kind of weird. Thiefling, thiefling. Ooh, lockpicker's kit. And booze. Flying in a falling in a horizontal gravity. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. I don't know, for whatever reason, my dream, whenever I'm flying, it's me personally flying around in an auditorium, just bouncing off of walls, jumping to and fro, landing here, launching there. It's a lot of fun and really cool, but it also makes absolutely no freaking sense. Wand of Remove Disease. potion of enlarge person. Yeah, I'm not going to be using you. I will be using you though. Move that. We'll put those there as well. You had those way too often, bouncing. Inside a giant concrete room, bouncing off, trying not to get your head crushed in. Fair enough. Mine were never that bad. Mine were always, like dodging, like projectors and stuff that were putting, like classes were in session, so there were students below me as I bounced from wall to wall. It's a lot of fun and really kind of weird, if I'm being honest. Okay. You know how to avoid nightmares? And what's your recommendation for avoiding nightmares? Sister Kirasme drums her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is? The name and the moon of the abyss that they stole. I don't need anything else. Take a good look at the suspects. Tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melrune and Dofi. The dark-skinned tieflings are Varen and Dofli and Melrune. Dofli has straight horns, is a female. Varen and Wolfley have green cloaks. Melrune. Remind me what you were accused of. I met some thieflings from your gang. One of them was trapped trying to get out from an underground passage. And what? We all made a pact, everyone for themselves. We'll meet up at the arranged time and place. If they were dumb enough to crawl into some hole in the ground, that's their lookout. I'm not their nanny. So it's dark skin, green cloak. It's Melrune. I'm ready to give a name. Well, go on, tell her. Melrune. You'll pay for this. We'll get you in the end. Grab him, take him away for questioning. Time passed, 30 minutes. Looks wary, but her earlier tension has clearly lifted. He confessed. Someone connected to the cult of Bahamut ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss. And the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take care of the golem. He betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could swipe the amulet in the chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and we'd slink off to meet up with, and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. Got the Moon of the Abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in these hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window of the display the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultists. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. What are you going to do now? Clear out of this place? Sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city, but we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? Can I join the family? What are you going to do with the traitor? He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm, to think about what he did. Any more questions? Can I join the family? That's all you want? You can have your pick of the non-tiefling gangs. You've no need to tread on our territory. The family is for tieflings only, no exceptions. I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan to hang around here any long either. Sister, you forgot something. What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize to me loudly in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. So sorry, I suppose, for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time, that it cancels out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Wojif. Diplomacy, plus 13. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Wojif. Let's part on good terms. Intimidate. When you falsely accuse my ally, you accuse me as well. And I'm sorry to you, and to make it up to you, here. She pulls a key from her pocket and tosses it to you. Now, I'm leaving. Thiefling's vault key? Okay. Watches her girl, his tail relaxing. You made some impression on her. I've never seen Sister Kagura back down one before. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Nice.
What's that there? I am helpful, am I not?
Ah, good. Ooh, what are you? Now what is this? Ooh, ring unidentified. Jade. And agate. Ring of sharp strikes. Whenever the wearer of this ring shoots an enemy engaged in melee combat and hits, the enemy suffers a -1 penalty to all attack rolls. This is definitely a ring for Lon. He is the bowmaster. Oh crap. What happened now, Bearman? Counterfeit jewelry. Huh.
Can't hide from me.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Have I said that before? 1,500 gold. Collect all, please, and thank you. And some pretty basic generic weapons. Not too bad. We're gonna run back and forth a few times, see if we catch any more. Journey will take 2 hours. Enter Defender's Heart. A wounded Viking. Fight some barbarians and a wounded Viking. Sounds like a fun little adventure. Show me your wares. Bulk sell. Cookeries. All that. Five jade. 2 essence. Deal. 9,000. Then we need to. Only had a hay fork. Wow. There's a fight. You will be much better with that weapon. Pitchfork, yeah. You talk to Wojak. Wojif? Wojif. Might as well sell it. Wojif.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. Ta-da! A real beaut, isn't it?
The moon of the abyss. So So you did betray the Thieflings.
That cuts me deep, Chief. You and I saw who the traitor was. It's just that when we robbed the shop, I went in first and took what I wanted. Nothing wrong with that. Although, of course, I did think about hiding the moon and just taking myself off somewhere warm when all this blows over. But only because I want to see the world. Is it a crime to want to travel? Huh? Is that what counts for treachery these days?
You got a jump scare in VR? I imagine those are pretty bad. Did you really have the amulet this whole time?
Since that night, Chief, Melround didn't even set eyes on it. While he was dealing with the golem, I sneaked past them, and that was that.
Remind me, why is this item so important?
Do you really not remember it? Oh, I thought you would appreciate it. It's from the old man Fileman, the owner of the Ancient Trees and Wonders shop. It's the pride of his collection. The Moon of the Abyss, an amulet with a rare crystal crafted by an unknown maker. When I think of how much this thing is worth, it makes my head spin.
You've been searched by the guards. How did you manage to hide an amulet?
Thieves have their ways.
Why didn't you give the amulet to Casmian right away?
What? So she would slay me right away, you mean? You saw how antsy she was over Canabras and all this. So I did it. I took the Moon of the Abyss. But I didn't go to Erebeth. And Big Sister wouldn't hear my explanations. She doesn't have the time. I even thought I'd hide the moon somewhere, and then when all the noise had died down, I'd go get it and make a run for it. I'm sick of the Thieflings. And they never appreciated me anyway.
Why did you steal the Moon of the Abyss? You wouldn't have been able to sell an item so rare anyway.
Why, he asks? It's expensive, pretty. And you know, it's my amulet, actually. Not meaning I stole it, but I mean, this is my inheritance. My grandma and I were poor. All we had was a jewelry box with the moon in it. She used to store it under the floor in the basement, and she'd take it out sometimes just to look at it. She was always nicer when she had a few drinks in her, so I could ask her things then. One time I asked where she got it from, and she said it was from a demon. You know, the demon who was my grandfather. He said the moon was to be passed down. My mom was good for nothing and nobody, so that's why Grandma decided to keep the amulet for me. She used to say it would be mine when I grew up. But she couldn't wait until I grew up. She squandered my inheritance when she became a drunk. Took it to Fileman's shop and pawned it. He gave her some coppers for it, and she didn't even haggle. Just grabbed them and ran back to the tavern before last orders. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since I was a kid. He chased me away, but I just kept going back, so eventually he gave up. He didn't skimp on security. The place was like a fortress, so he wasn't worried about a street rat like me pinching anything. Even when I got more skilled, I couldn't get any closer to it. One day, I had no one to go with. Another day, there were only oafs who'd never stolen anything more than a church donation box. But when Charisme had planned everything out, I realized I had a chance to get the moon and move away from here. Maybe to Garand. I hear it's warmer there. I've stayed with the family for too long.
You deceived the people who considered you a friend. That's not the way to treat your friends. Risking everything for
This isn't just some shiny trinket. First, maybe some rich person's just dying to buy it. We need to put out some feelers and see if anyone's in the market. Second, maybe it'll come in handy. And besides, I spent so many years looking at it. I imagine things like, what if my grandfather left something else and my grandma spent that too? Maybe I could have had my own barony already if things had turned out differently. Or got some decent education in the capital. They're all just dreams, but the moon is right here. You've got to hold on to what's yours, Chief.
See, people who considered you a friend. That's not the way you treat your friends.
Family, friends. You know, some people don't believe in gods, so gods don't exist for them. And I don't believe in family. All that heartwarming talk about sticking together. Ugh. People like to say those things, but when push comes to shove...
Okay.
Sister Charisme used to say that us Tieflings were one family, and you see how that turned out. And did you hear that excuse for an apology? I did the right thing. And I was right to want to run when I just planned on stealing the Moon of the Abyss. Everything turned out as it should. Whatever you think, I owe you. I'm not just a thief, I have my own business selling things. Thanks to you, I'm still in the family. And well, I mean, we have the black market sewn up in this city. It's a good way to sell valuables. So, if you need anything, a scroll or something, just say the word. I have a little portal to our people in Nerosian. You put a note there, and you get what you need. I can't get you anything big, but what they do have is all high quality. Nothing's too good for you, Chief. What's mine is yours. For a price, of course.
Great. You really staying in the party or just waiting for a chance to run off? As if I could. There are demons and dangers around every corner. Don't worry, Chief. I'll work off my debt honestly. I won't stab you in the back or go on the run with your money. And if you buy my wares, I won't have to leave at all. Show me what you got. You like Wojif? He's very much... Wow, a stock of purity. Wasn't expecting to find something like that in Wojif's stash. Positive energy damage, dang. Can anyone wield it? No. Huh. Wand of Grease, Wand of Sleep, Ray of Sickness, Apprentice Lockpick Tools, Cold Iron, Star Knife. Took the Viking Shield, Axe, and Helmet. Quarterstaff of Slip. This +1 quarterstaff grants its wielder a +1 competence bonus to AC. Sold the helmet and the shield, yeah. Sounds good. Acid Flask, Alchemist's Fire. Bleh. Holy Water? Huh. He has a little bit of everything. Why am I carrying this around? Go away. Hold on to one spare crossbow. It's nice to have. How many charges do you have? 9 charges. That's nice. Got a permanent residence in the town in the mountains. Nice. What is this? Skyrim VR? Ray of Sickening. You buy for good money. Alright. You are the head Pathfinder. Train men to Dart. Do you know anything about Pathfinder named Firan Dismer? Let me think. Dismer. I've definitely heard the name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too. So, now you are the commander in these lands. What about Lady Aurea? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. I'm afraid Aurea perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Went missing in the World Wound at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Here I am, alive and well, right in your list that I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that happened to me. Finn's voice is full of joy. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but now everything will return to normal. I need to write my folks. They probably think I'm dead too. Hillor shakes his head sadly. Poor lad. But such is the fate of a Pathfinder. We face the unknown, but sometimes the unknown wins, and our mind cannot take it. Damn. So Finn got transformed into... Whoops, I don't want to talk. Well, solo. Got transformed into a sword, well, a weapon, basically. Any of these guys have anything worth saying? Camilla. I think... See if there's anyone outside I need to talk to. Loot. Damn. Yet none of them have stepped foot in the Holy Lands. Yep. Oh, sorry, can we hold out a day or two? Ooh. Deceptively stern, it would be easy to think that the Azaram has been longing around, but his rolled up sleeves and the traces of blood on his fingers reveal that he's barely stopped to catch his breath before going to help the injured. Ah, it's you, praise Desna. I said we would meet again. Do you really know about the demons? Tell me about the strange ritual you're going to perform on the Waitstone. When my attempts to open Holrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters blah 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 blah. What are you doing here? Doing what people are doing all over the city, healing the injured, comforting the grieving, consoling the lost. Alas, the goddess did not gift me with the ability to resurrect the dead. This tavern may be the city's last stronghold of resistance against the demons, our last hope. We cannot let it slip away. How can you help us when we attack the great garrison? Oh, you know, Desna is an unpredictable goddess. Who knows how she will come to the aid of her faithful children? I had a dream where she sang the demons a lullaby, and they fell asleep, just like innocent babes. What do you think my dream augurs? If there's anything else you can do to save Canabras, please do it. So, they're here. Antsy?
I feel like the chosen one.
Look who it is! Who would have thought that I'd end up in the Crusaders' army? Go figures. Did Erebeth accept you? With open arms, she knows exactly who I am and where I'm from. But she's come down with a convenient case of amnesia where I'm concerned. And who can blame her? The city's in a bad way. You don't turn down help in a situation like this, no matter what quarter it comes from. How can you help us with the attack on the garrison? I'll tell you straight, we're not getting involved in any fighting. Warriors we aren't, but we can scout, sneak right under the demons' noses, look for traps and hidden doors. In other words, we can smooth the path for your whole operation. And then all you have to do is go in there and bump off the demons. Nothing to it. Why aren't you with the rest of them? Looky here, somebody seems very well informed. You even know the name of our leader. Well, when things started heating up, our sister betrayed us all. Now it's every tiefling for himself. We're all scrambling to claim our share and get the hell out of here. We're supposed to meet in a prearranged location, the ones who survived, that is. We went to the Grey Garrison to get our stash, and look how that turned out. One of the gang got trapped in the rubble. So here's your answer. It's now every man for himself. And that means that we're all free to do what we want. I'm going. See ya, good luck out there. And don't get trapped under any rubble now. Eagle Watch, Canabras. Claim. Ivan Tavern aren't hanging by a thread. As he reads a dog-eared book and marks notes in the margin, he notices you and looks up from the pages. How can you help us when we attack the Grey Garrison? There is one ritual that we've been wanting to test for a long time. If it works as it should, we can offer you an effect similar to the haste spell. Not for a handful of seconds, but for scores of minutes, maybe even hours. What are you reading? It's amazing how humble she was. She could have been the high priestess of the Church of Iomade if she'd wanted to. Power was hers for the taking, but clearly it wasn't a temptation for her. Reading there's letters, I understand why Iomade made Little Mir one of her servants after she died. No one has stepped foot in the Holy Lands because the Holy Lands is currently under development? Okay. Tell me about your order. Order devotes itself to mystical research and the pursuit of secret knowledge. We spend just as much time on spells as we do on prayers and weapon drills. At the end of the day, our enemy is not of this world, which means that to fight it, we need knowledge that is not of this world either. I am Taldor. I began serving Netheus from a very young age. I swept the temple, dusted the books, and I studied. I dreamed of becoming a theurgin. But for whatever reason, no matter how well I performed magic or how devoted I prayed, I could never combine those two strengths. And then I came across Miamir's book about the application of magic in the struggle against the demons. And her words revealed a great secret to me, that faith is dead without deeds, that anyone who seeks knowledge for its own sake and power or glory will not achieve anything unless they direct it towards a worthy purpose. I renounced Netheus and swore myself to Iomade. I crossed an entire continent to meet Lady Miriam and ask her to take me on as one of her students. And it was here, in these accursed lands, fighting against the forces of the abyss, that I finally realized the true purpose of magic and prayer. I became a Thurgeon because I finally had a reason to become one. She means a lot. She's my teacher. Without her, I wouldn't be who I am today. Be careful. Our foes like to pretend to be our friends. Crusader Wizard. Got a nice little team going. Sunrise. Alright, let's save this puppy. Except, can I explore the Grey Garrison without initiating the assault on the Grey Garrison? That's my next question, and what I will find out here shortly. Retaking the garrison is a very dangerous and important task. Seek Erebeth in the Defender's Heart to discuss all the necessary preparations. Okay. You visited failed ritual site. You visited. I mean, it's a city, all right. Visited. 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 Duelist. Visited. Visited, and yeah, so victory barely. Well, congratulations on your victory, Bearman. We gotta enter this location. Actually, I should have brought up my just one moment, guys. All right. The Outcasts. Common Cause. Ask Erebeth about the attack. So I gotta figure this out. I want to figure this out, and I'm just gonna